Welcome back to ThinkInCode, and today we are going to talk about nested if-else. What is a nested if-else? If-else statement inside another if-else statement is basically what we call nested if-else. So when do you use nested if-else statement? Nested if-else statement is used when you need a second decision after the first one, or if your logic looks like this: if condition A is true, then check B. Otherwise check C. So how would you read the nested if-else statement? Basically, you read it from top to down, like I just said, and check condition 1. Like for example, check condition 1. If it is true, then we move forward with this. If it is not, we move forward with this. And if it is true, then we go on and check this and we run this code. If not, we will run this code right here. So that's how you read the nested if-else. A basic visual decision tree for nested if-else has been given on the string. You can check it out right now. There are some common mistakes a beginner could make here. So the first mistake a beginner would make here would be indentations. Nested blocks must be indented correctly. As you can see here, this is a correct indentation, and many people make a fault there, forgetting that only one path would run. Like if condition 1 is running, then else should not run, will not run, and if else is running, condition 1 will not run. And finally, we have to be careful of writing like too many levels in this nested loop. A good rule of thumb would be 2 to 3 level, and then we should consider something like else if, or maybe restructuring the logic as a whole. Let me give you a example how a login system would work. For example, let's check is log role would be admin. Well, how we can check login and role is if is logged in, then check if the role is equals to admin, then print access granted to admin panel. Else what we can do here is if the role does not equal to admin, print access granted to user panel. This way you can separate the admin and the user in different sections. And else if the user is not logged in at all, what we can do is print please log in to access the space. So as you can see here, so if we run this, access granted admin panel, because we have logged in and admin, we are an admin, role is an admin. What if we write user here? Now that we have written the user, let's see what happens. We have been granted to user panel because our role did not equal to admin. That's why we are going here, but we are still logged in, so it's here. If we write admin but is logged in should be, let's say, false, what would we get? So as you can see, our code entirely skipped this because our first condition was false. That's why it went straight to else and it printed please log in to access the space. So that's a simple example, basic example of it. And in the next video, I'll be talking about a more advanced project that we can do, a smart admission system, and we can learn that as a code. And you can check out the notes and the practice questions I've given for this in the link in the description below. So that is it for today. Bye bye. Happy coding.